Hi, Donald Williams again, doing episode 2 of 25%. I'd rather have 25% of something than 100% of nothing in business. I started this podcast to give you guys the truth, the uncut version. I want to make sure you guys are aware that things aren't as easy as it is to be in business. I want to make sure that I constantly motivate you all and let you know to hang in there. You may bend and steer off the road, but you will still, as long as you're hanging there, you'll come to a smooth sailer. As I was promised to you guys when I said my first episode that I'm going to bring business owners with you that have been with the highs and the lows, and business owners that's going to tell you the truth and not going to be ashamed or embarrassed or want to paint the picture. Because a lot of people suffer with business that they want to think that they want to realize in business, they want to be like, okay, hey, I'm a business owner. I got a business, or you got a business. You're making money. You're rich. That's not the case. And most people look at owning a business as a status. But being a boss at your job, and that's a leader, your manager, being someone in charge at your job, that's status. So it's all about the status. But people thinking that it's just a piece of cake. And I want you guys to understand that it's not a piece of cake. So when I brought one of my friends here, he have a background of playing college football, started working in the corporate, level, corporate industry. And after corporate industry, he stepped out on faith, took a pay cut, and decided to start his own business, his own brand. And at first, he trained me, and he used to train me at times, and we'll talk. And of course, I'm not going to go deep down into all the conversations, but he used to give me stories, and sometimes it's just holding on. I was like, tell him, motivate him. You can do it. It's potential. There are people that did it before you, so you can do it. And if you dream about it, if you think about a business or a vision, you can execute, and you can come, and the business can come to fruition. I'm glad that this guy has decided to stay. I remember when he had 300,000 followers. I probably remember when he had probably 100,000 followers on his page. Right now, he's actually over 1 million followers, and these are organic followers. So this guy here put in a lot of work. And every time I click on my social media, if it's in the morning or if it's at night, I see this guy working, building content and collaborating with different people to build his brand and to bring health and fitness to the world and bring it to people because he's so passionate about it. And that's what helped him be more successful with his business. And he wants to see everybody succeed and be in shape. Sometimes I told him, I'm like, man, you working me out like you work yourself out. I'm just a fragile person. I'm not that guy. So, yeah, he cracked jokes. He said crazy, stupid stuff. But at the end of the day, he wanted me to do better and be better. And that's the motivation he always would put into me. I couldn't keep up. I was a wimp. But at the end of the day, he still believed in me, believed that I had it. And that's what helped with his success because he believed in himself and he believed in others. And he's always educating others and always trying to give them the advice and showing them the moves and techniques for free on social media to help them to live a healthier lifestyle. And if you live a healthier lifestyle, when you own a business, guess what? You're going to be more productive at work because you're not going to be sluggish. You're not going to be tired. You're not going to want to eat unhealthy. You're going to want to eat healthy food because you don't want to waste that workout that you had. So I got no other but this guy, Mr. George Bamfo. And he's a celebrity trainer. He's also have different endorsements with different deals. But enough of me talking about myself. I'm going to let Mr. Bamfo talk about himself.
What's going on, guys? My name is George Bamfo.
Can you put a little bit louder?
Said, excited to be here. Excited to be on the 25% podcast. Willing to learn about everything that it entails, and just to also share a bit about my story and my background.
Okay, can you start off by sharing a little bit of your background? Let the people know who's going to be giving them some tips and some advice, and so they want to know who are you. Because everybody don't know you, right? What college did you go to?
University of Houston. So name is George. A little background about myself. I moved here to the United States at the age of 12. Moved here from Ghana, West Africa. There was just a lot I needed to adapt to, coming into a new country, not being able to speak English. I was behind. So I've always had the underdog mentality, because I always knew I was behind, so I had to work twice as hard to be able to, to be on the same level as everybody else. So that mentality has served me well. Having that underdog mindset always kept me working hard and pushing forward and looking back on life, I realized that's what kind of pushed me to where I am today. So speaking on college football, after I graduated high school, I was able to get a 4-year scholarship to the University of Houston, graduated from there. And from there, I went into business. You know, when I got done with playing football, not a lot of people can really make that transition. So, you know, me going back to the underdog mentality, I had to go back to the bases and learn how to become a professional, you know. So worked in the professional world for 5 years while trying to build my brand, Heuristic Lifestyle. And in doing so, I ran into the rapper, the actor, Ludacris. And that kind of changed my life, and it catapulted me into a new realm. And, you know, that's why I'm here today on this podcast talking to you guys. So I hooked up with Ludacris. Let me give you guys a little bit of that background. I hooked up with Ludacris. I was in Miami with my girl at the time shooting content. And, you know, he walks in the gym and he had all these questions about, you know, fitness, because I guess, you know, you saw me with my shirt off shredded recording content. And, you know, that conversation led into a 20-minute conversation where we exchanged information. You know, he went on his way. And then he followed up, you know, with more questions, more fitness questions. So that kind of created a relationship via Instagram, a 6 to 8 month relationship. And, you know, after that, he asked if I could move to Atlanta full time. I was in Houston at that time, moved to Atlanta to come train him full time. And that's how I ended up here, man. And it's been a crazy ride. It's been a crazy journey. It was a great decision because now, you know, I'm on movie sets, shooting Fast and Furious and things like that, and meeting other celebrities. And, you know, just now I even with my Instagram following, I even feel like somebody of value and just with a lot of worth because of the type of people that I'm rubbing elbows with, so to speak. Just 3 days ago, I was training Usher. You know, I don't even think I told Donald about this, but, you know, training Usher, you know, I've idolized him, you know, my whole life. And, you know, being with the likes of Ludacris and the Kevin Harts and the Lorenz Tate, you know, these are guys, Tyrese, these are guys that I'm not only on first name basis with, but I have their numbers. And, you know, I kind of, you know, I know them on a different level. So I say all that to say, you know, I'm almost living a dream, man. And, you know, I'm here today to talk about it.
And let's get to that almost living the dream. So that almost living the dream comes from you stepping out on faith and taking that chance and starting with your business. And that's what I want a lot of people to understand, that sometimes you have to just make that sacrifice and sacrifice some things, because working in the corporate industry to now being an independent boss as a professional trainer, that's a big risk. Absolutely. Because you, even though it stood months with following up on social media, but that's a risk, like, whereas though, hey, if our personality works, and I know you always speak highly and how you always, you know, appreciate having your job, but the thing is that you took that risk. Absolutely. And that's what I want a lot of people to understand, that it's okay to take that risk. Yes, but first assess the risk. And this wasn't a risk that you took that happened in 5 minutes. Like you said, we talked for 20 minutes. We went backwards and forth for 8 months. Then he asked you. So it was something of a history. And that's and people, when you do a business, don't look at what the neighbor's doing. Right. And I want people to understand it. Don't look at what the neighbor's doing in the neighbor business that the neighbor have. Yeah. Look at what you have. Right. Because I always tell people, don't clean my porch. Clean your own porch. Absolutely. And people, if they take and focus on the things that they have and do their research, then that can help give them more confidence. It can help them have more understanding of the business. Absolutely. And if you have that understanding of the business, you can deal with more situations that may come about. Absolutely. Because I tell people all the time, every day in business presents its own problem. Absolutely. So what advice would you give other trainers that don't have the break of Ludacris, but don't have the breaks of, you know, meeting with other celebrity clients? Because I know your backstory, that you always did train and work out in fitness. You was doing your content because you were preparing yourself for a day that you didn't even know would come. Absolutely.
Yeah. So back to the point before I answer that question, back to the point of, you know, taking a leap of faith, you know, like, when I was working, grinding, and, you know, just kind of staying committed and disciplined to what I guess my passion or whatever was, you know, it was just like nobody understands that, you know, you don't really know what's going to come out of it. But sometimes when you stay committed to something for so long, there are good things that just come out of it. You know, and when I say take a leap of faith, just to understand that it won't be easy. And, you know, you will feel nervous because, you know, when I was working corporate, I had a great job. I was making $100,000 at a very young age. I had just got a promotion. So obviously, you thinking, all right, Ludacris asked you to come train him. It was an easy decision, but I'm like, all right, should I give this up? Because obviously, it was comfort. Like, it's $100,000 is a good job. It was everything I could have wanted. Had insurance and benefits and everything else. Why leave that to go train with Ludacris, be my own boss when he could just say, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. Obviously, he's a celebrity. He could do whatever he wants. So, it was a.
But you do know your job can tell you the same thing.
It was big. It was a big decision I had to make. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like looking back, I definitely made the right decision. But even then, I had to take a leap of faith. Yes.
And in that process, again, what advice would you give trainers that don't have? To me, with your story, if I was them, I would look at your story and be like, I need to train for tomorrow because whatever happens tomorrow, I need to be prepared.
Right.
So I want to know, is that something you would tell them? What would be some things that you would tell them?
Advice that I would give upcoming trainers?
Yes.
Just stay committed to your craft, man. Be a student of the game. And just even one thing that I'm learning is just like being your own boss is not easy. So you have to remain a student of the game and just keep learning and, just keep working on your craft and understand the business side because that's the only way you're going to be able to grow.
And with understanding the business side, so I know before we started, you told me that, hey, you were sending a text. I was like, hey, man, put your phone on. Like, I'm talking to my assistant. That's how I'm able to be here. So when did you realize you need that part? And that's understanding business.
Oh, yeah, man, because I realized it because I was just, you get to a point where you can't do everything on your own.
At all.
You have to be able to delegate. And that was one thing that, me being, sometimes you just, you work on your passions and you want to make sure everything is perfect because you want to be hands-on, but you have to realize, man, the only way you could grow is if you have extensions that be able to do things and help you out so you can build that brand, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I had to realize, and I needed the help, so it was time for an assistant because that's the only way I was going to be able to get to the next level.
I tell people all the time, you can't work in the business and own the business at the same time. You need help.
Right.
And you have to trust people. And you have, like you said, you have to delegate. And you have to delegate tasks to people that you trust. And so like some up and coming trainers, everybody don't get this break like I was stating. So what are some things that they can do to market themselves and build up their followers? What are tips that you can give, trainers to talk about like, hey, how can they grow their in social media presence?
Man, people got to pay for this, but I'm going to let it slide.
See, that's business, y'all. You hear him. He already trying to make a business deal with me sitting in here right now.
Yeah. Just understand how to market yourself. So if it's through consistent content, that's what I'm doing now. Just get creative with the content and know how to propose things in a way to where it's not salesy to your audience, but in the way to where it's kind of like giving them value, right? So learn how to sell things that way and just be consistent with whatever you're doing. So if you're going to be posting content to direct attention to your brand or your product, make sure that's something that you do every day and you're consistent with the content and you're creative with it. I can only give this advice because I'm walking in these shoes now. That's what I'm doing every day. So, yeah, man, just stay with it.
So how did you feel when you hit 1 million followers? Because I seen everybody was just tagging and flashing and tagging and flashing. Oh, George, Bamfo made 1 million followers. He got 1 million followers. And guys, it's not paid for. He actually have organic followers. And I'm very proud of you. That's a huge accomplishment. Because I've seen some people. Then at that, you have a true amount of followers that really engage with you, that really interact with you, and having a nice volume of views and posts and comments and stuff of that nature. Mm-hmm. So with that, how did you feel? How does that make you feel with your business level?
I definitely felt accomplished because I remember being at 10K starting out, and I'm like, if we could get to 1 million, that'd just be a dream come true. And now I'm here. So it definitely feels good because it just feels like all the work we put in, we accomplished something, because 1 million is a huge feat. But honestly, though, like I just feel like I'm hungrier now, because we are at 1 million, and
people don't realize that like, when you make 1 million, you hungry for the next 100 million.
I'm so hungry because I'm just like, well, now that I have 1 million, like how can I monetize this? Because I have 1 million, but I don't have $1 million.
Yes. So how do you monetize that? Like, what would you tell them? Like, because most people do. Look at it. Prime example. You're right now saying like I have 1 million followers, but I don't have $1 million. Now, how do you encourage them to stay strong, to keep going? Because guess what? The thing about it is when business and you have 1 million followers, it's like, some people have assets, but they don't have the money in the bank. But you are worth this X amount of dollars. And you got to realize that just because you don't have that liquid money doesn't mean that you're not successful. You have 1 million followers, you have something of value, and you have something to leverage off with your brand, with your business that you built. And people have to understand that just because you don't see the money right then and there in your face, you have the potential to make it. One day I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, well, this guy going to play Novak in the finals or in the game, play in the finals. And I was like, Novak's going to beat him. My friend said, well, at least he created the opportunity to have a chance to try to beat him.
Absolutely.
And you created a chance and opportunity for yourself as a business owner to go ahead and make money. Because guess what? To me, social media is oversaturated, and there's so many people that's right there in that same spot that you're competing against, but you're making yourself stand out. So what you're doing to differentiate you from other trainers, that helping yourself stand out. Do you think it's because you connected yourself, you would tell them to try to connect themselves with someone? Or is it the hard work and the drive that you're posting 15 times a day and the constant free content that you're giving to people?
Yeah, I love that question. I think it comes back to authenticity. I show my audience who I truly am. Nothing is fabricated. People accuse me of putting baby oil on my body all the time, but I'm just like,
he doesn't even wear lotion, y'all.
I record my last set after I actually put in the work, and I'm sweating because I want people to feel like, yo, you don't just get abs by just working out 2 times a week. This is constant work. You see the type of effort that I'm putting in. You see what I'm saying? So I want people to understand that. So it goes back to authenticity, and I feel like I've done it for so long, and people that have been with me, you just grow when you're authentic, and people could believe, that you're a true person. And I think that's what attract people to you.
But you're making yourself an expert in this field. Absolutely. You're making yourself an expert in this industry, and I think that's why people want to follow with you, because you're making yourself, you're putting a certifying stamp on your name that I am this guy. I am the boss or the one that certifies with this. And it's like, okay, hey, you guys can follow me because guess what? I got something to give y'all, and I'm giving you something for free. And also, he does have challenges that has on his page. How do you handle that, incorporating that with training and incorporating challenges? I mean, then you got to shoot your content. Yeah. How you incorporate all that? When do you sleep?
Right, like I said, that's why I need an assistant. It's a lot, man. And I say that to say this was what I prayed for, right? So I am living a dream, but you also have to understand that, with promotion, with advancement, you have to understand that you have to be able to have assistance, right? You can't do anything alone. So just like you said, I have assistants, like my cousin, who's also my business partner, moved out here from New York to help run the business.
An amazing guy, has a wonderful personality, much better than George, but go ahead on, continue.
So he came out here, so he's all in, and, he's just a business. We're in business together, so he's my manager, and, he helps me close deals, and, he's just like my other half, so the things that I can't get to, he handles that, and the things that I'm good at.
He's good at it too. He's on it. And the thing about it is like he's up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning getting stuff. Grinding, like text me like, Donald, your gloves are being shipped out. Right. I know he knows me personally. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, man, it's 5:45 in the morning. He's like, I get up. He's like, I was like, I get up. But the thing about it is that's him being hungry. Mm-hmm. And entrepreneurs have to understand that you eat what you kill. Absolutely. And if you don't kill nothing, you don't eat. So right now we have you trying to get several streams of revenue. Mm-hmm. You're not just a fitness trainer. You have the challenges going. Mm-hmm. You're selling gloves. Mm-hmm. So then you also travel, getting on movie sets and doing personal training. Yeah. So the challenges, bringing in money. You got the glove sales that you designed to also bring in money. You got the training with your private thing, what you do with Ludacris. You have your other clients on the other side. So that's your 25%. 25 from each thing equals that $1. And that's what I try to tell people. Oh. You need to have multiple streams of revenue inside of that business to equal that 100%. Because one thing won't just make you rich. Even Facebook changed the name. They changed the things that they're offering. Now I think it's some virtual lifestyle or something that they're doing. I don't know.
Meta universe.
Meta universe. I don't know. So don't shoot me down. But just, guys, like I told you, this isn't my specialty as being the host. This is me. I'm not studying. I'm not researching because, one thing I don't want to do is give you guys a bunch of crap. I want you guys to come and meet the people here that actually is doing it and actually going through it the day to day. And not someone that's going to give you a book and sell you something that you want to hear or creating something that sounds good to make you. I want the people that's actually here and say, hey, I fell down today. I actually fell down. And people don't understand that in my business, I fell down. I've fallen. I've taken losses. I've taken, big breaks. I mean, it has some clients that come on board and come to me and refer me 5-6 people. They have some people that don't even feel the nerve to refer me no one. I have one client that brings me 2 new people every year. Wow. And I appreciate that client. And I appreciate that person because that's something they don't have to do. And you got to understand, you have to water the plants that's in your garden.
Absolutely.
And if you water the plants that are in your garden, they're going to grow. Stop worrying about the neighbors and the next person or the next thing that's passing. You have to make sure you take care of your current clients because you have to realize those current clients can go somewhere else. But if you take care of them, they're going to stick with you. No matter what your fees are, they're going to be loyal to you. They're going to stick with you. So you have to cater and take care of them. Because they're your ones. They're your, I don't want to say your day ones, but they're your family base there. So do you have any clients that you had from the beginning when you started with Luda? But how is that? I see you laughing.
I feel like you asked this question for yourself, but
yeah, he fired me. He fired me as a client. But go ahead on.
Speaking about one of my first clients, man, Donna was actually one of my first clients when I moved to Atlanta. You may have been the first client I had.
Yes, I was the first client. He was like, I don't know, I want to train this guy. Man. Yeah, but honestly,
3 years later.
Yes, we're here later. We built the organic friendship. I'm very proud of you. Again, I want to say that. So, but do you have any like your day one? Of course, I can always come back and train with you. But do you have your day one clients that you? Any of them?
Actually, you might be the only one that I still interact with. But because with fitness, people try different things, so they're on for certain amounts of time. They go do other things, but and I'm also so busy traveling, so it's kind of hard for me to keep my one-on-one clients for a long time.
Oh, you too busy. You booked and busy.
Yeah, because things are changing. So like now I'm focused more on content and YouTube content and Instagram content, so I really don't have the time to do one-on-one training, which is why I now have the challenges and selling online programs to be able to help out in that way.
But that's better.
Absolutely.
Because you meet the masses when you do online. You can do more virtuals and you can have everybody. I looked at your challenge you got coming up. I'm going to join it. Absolutely. And I'm going to do it and I'm going to do it, and it's a personal goal for myself, and I hope I can win this challenge.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go for it. Yeah. I'm going to go for it.
And it's a New Year's, man. You got to start out the year the right way, with some body goals. So
But why do everybody wants to start off the new year with body goals and stop at certain time?
I honestly I don't agree with that mindset, but I know that's just something that people do. So honestly, I'm just playing into that idea. But that shouldn't be the mentality with fitness. Like, don't try it out and then let yourself go for the next 3 months because you've seen a little bit of results. It should be something that you do every day, right? Create those healthy habits. And I always tell people, think of it as like brushing your teeth, man. Something that you have to do every day. So make your daily deposits, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever you could give, but make sure you're doing something every single day to keep yourself active and going because your body needs it.
But and I like to walk. I like to do cardio things, and it helps mentally. It helps you. Absolutely. It helps you to, like, it's another form of meditation, even if you're walking. And as a business owner, I highly recommend that you do find some type of exercise or meditation to do. That's my recommendation, because being a business owner, you have a lot of stress. You have a lot of pressure because now you have an assistant. You have more pressure on you to succeed because now you have to pay this person. Absolutely. This person is coming to you for a peace of mind to come get a paycheck. So now you have even more pressure because at first whatever you ate was enough for you. And like the old folks say, I'm from New Orleans, and if any of my New Orleans people that are listening, my New Orleans, Orleanians, if any of y'all listening, y'all know what I say. When after I eat, I can break the plate. And that means after I eat, I can throw away whatever I have. I don't have no responsibilities but myself. So, and now that's not the case. Because after you eat now, and once you get food, you have to divide that food. That cuts into your bottom line. So that makes you like, okay, hey, I got to go even harder. So most fitness people, I talk to some of them, they're like, well, I don't want to chase nobody. To me, I see it differently in accounting. I see it differently in consulting. I don't mind chasing a client because, again, pride and success doesn't ride in the same car.
That's what I'm learning.
It don't. And people want to be too bougie. Like, whereas though I was talking to another client, I was I'm always up to giving people business advice because to me, I've learned that that's my passion. I went to school for accounting, but business and talking and educating and helping people with business, that's my passion. I get so much enjoyment of seeing someone succeed in business and being a part of that team and helping them be successful. And that's why I got 25%. I want to be a part of you guys' journey. I want you guys to say, well, hey, the information we got here motivated me and helped me along the way. And again, as I always tell people, email or contact us. I'm all over the place. My personal Instagram is MRDW, just 4 letters. Mr. Donald Williams, but it's MRDW is my Instagram. And inbox me and ask me some things that you want to hear about on the podcast and some people that you want me to bring on. Because I'm going to get a variety of businesses and, each week I want to have someone different. Each week I want to work with someone behind the scene because some people work at home and want to be bakers. Some people work at home and want to be caterers. And every caterer don't have the same. But I want to know this. You don't have your own gym, or you're planning on getting your own gym, right?
It's definitely a goal of mine in the coming year to get my own gym.
So what type of thing you're going to offer in your gym? What type of gym is? Because I've seen some where they go athletes train. I see some where families go and do their fitness like LA Fitness. I see people go to like boxing gyms. So what type you going to do with your gym? What's your gym going to be?
It's just going to be a regular gym as far as, just, bodybuilding, people that want to stay fit and, whatever in that space. But we also want to kind of cater it to content creators, right? So we also going to train athletes. So we're going to do all of that, but I also want to add a little niche to it to where, being a content creator, I want to make it content creator friendly to where people come in there, shoot content and, just be inspired different ideas and be able to push this content creation thing forward, and to help out other creators.
Are you going to be involved when you said content creation? Are you going to be involved with them with the content creation or are you going to just let them do their own thing?
Yeah, I'm going to just give them the tools, props and things like that to, like a photo booth or whatever, just different areas to where they could come record. You could have rooms to yourself so you can have privacy to do your own thing. We're going to make it picture taking friendly to where we're going to have different spots in the gym to where you can take nice pictures with good lighting. Yeah. So we just kind of want to make it, content creator focus, because now I understand how important it is because I'm always looking for new gyms and with good lighting and good aesthetics to be able to record quality content for my audience. And it's so hard to find here in Atlanta. So, we always talk about it, if you solve the problem. If there's a problem that you can't find answers for, you have to do it yourself. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to do.
So how much time you spend a week researching to do your content?
Oh man, a lot of time, man. Like I'm always looking for inspiration. I could say I work on it every day, because if I'm not looking for inspiration for new content, I'm recording. If I'm not recording, I'm editing, So and if it's not for Instagram, it's YouTube. It's not for YouTube, it's for TikTok. So it's like it never stops.
But how? And this is the thing. You're a trainer, but you're now a vlogger.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yes.
You're now living your life in front of the camera. You was a guy that was behind the scenes, and you're now a guy that's before the camera, and you're training people, but now you have to spend so much time giving free information to make $10. And not saying literally, guys, that he's making $10, but I'm just saying to make money, you have to literally get out and give that free advice. And people don't understand. When owning a business, you work harder when a business is closed than you do when it's during the business hours.
I'm learning.
And they don't get that. And people say, well, okay, I don't want to work for the man. You might not want to work for the man, but you might want to understand when you're going to work for yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because working for yourself isn't easy. I think it's very rewarding because, guys, guess what? You get to come and go as you please at times, but when you have meetings, you have to be there on time. So you're not just free with your time. But it's very rewarding to me because it just feels like a sense of accomplishment.
Absolutely.
And I love supplying jobs. I love supplying employment. And I love helping others, and I'm a gift giver. So my love language is gifts. So giving jobs and supplying jobs and help stimulating the economy, that's something I like doing. You know, so and you have it now, you have your business, you're employing people. And that's a great thing. So how many people you think you'll have by next year working for you?
Man, probably, I'm starting small, so probably 3 to 5, you know.
You think after you had the gym?
Oh, after the gym, it'll be more. I'm just saying, like, right now, like, getting things up and going. And even when I do get the gym, I can't go to 10 people. I don't know how to handle all those people, you know. Like,
But you're a boss now. So what are you going to tell the other trainers that
so
get you?
how did you start? Did you start out with 3 employees? Like, how did that start? I feel like, you know, 1, 2, 3, so I could learn how to payroll and all of that.
The way my business started, I never planned on owning my own business. I never planned on owning my own business. It was an accident. But when I started working, I worked for so little money. It's like $12 an hour and 8 hours a week. That's no money. And I got paid every 2 weeks, and my paycheck was $107. But they paid me $10.99. They paid me directly to my company. So I went to work, and I was independent for them. And another client wanted some work, long story short. And I was like, okay, I can do it, and just pay my company. So as I took people on to pay my company, I'm thinking I'm working a job, and they just paying me. But everybody's paying my company. So of course, at that moment in time, I had worked with someone, and at another company, I was like, hey, I got these projects with these clients. I'm getting a little overload with it. Can you come work them with me? Because it's becoming very demanding. And she was like, okay, yeah, I'll come help and work out. And, you know, of course, I supervise the jobs. Then before I know it, it's like, okay, she's like, okay, I got to leave. I was like, shit. Excuse my French. I was like, pooch, I got to go hire someone else. I got to get some more help. And before I know it, I had to get an assistant like you. And next thing you know, I got an office. And now I got an assistant. I got an office. I got someone helping me. I got 2 employees. And as the business coming in, I'm like, okay, well, you're doing administrative stuff. You're doing this, but you can only do 10 clients or 20 clients a month. We now got 30 and 40 clients. I need someone else to help with those additional clients that I'm going, because I can't stop at this 30, because the 30 that you got ain't paying. It's paying you, but it ain't paying me. Right. I need a few dollars off of this. I need a few dollars off of this one working, so then I can get me a salary. Because when you work and you own your business, because when you have that gym, you're gonna have gym rent, you're going to have insurance, you're going to have to keep the equipment, you have to buy equipment. If you're financing, you're going to have the payments each month. You're going to have marketing you're going to have to do. You're going to have telephone bill you're going to have to do. You're going to have to buy tissue for the bathrooms. You're going to have to buy soap. You're going to have to buy towels. You're going to have to buy the mats. You're going to have to make sure you get the signage. You're going to have to get the permit to get the signage. You're going to have to put the stickers. You're going to have to brand your uniforms. You're going to have to get the logos. These are all the things. Yes. So you're going to have to get all those things. And that's right now I named over 15 things that you have to get, roughly off the top of my head. And these are not things that you just can consistently stop with. You're going to, in order to get people through that door, they're not going to just come just because you're just right there. You're going to have to pay for more social media and stuff of that nature. You're going to have to now change your content, not only from you, because you're going to still have to shoot that, but now you got to shoot content for your facility to make people, because you don't want people to come there and just sign because of you. You want that place to make money while you sleep. So you have to build this own brand. So now you're going to have to, instead of getting 6 hours of sleep at night, you're going to get 2, because you got to get 4 to the business. I don't mean to scare you. So that's not why we're here. We're here to let people know that it's doable, but it's not easy.
It's not easy at all.
And you just right now a business owner ready to step out in that faith and be like, okay, hey, I got to do it. But guess what? Not only then when a customer comes in, you're going to have to take care of customers, give the customer service to the customers. The guys that's coming in with the content, you're going to, of course, you want people to do good content at your place and facility. So you're going to go over there and be like, hey, I'm going to give you some tips. These are some things. This is how you hold the lighting. These are the things that you do. So owning a business, again, isn't easy. It takes a lot of work. Absolutely. It takes a lot of sacrifice. And you have to be a selfless person. You cannot think that you can own a business and just own a business and it's just going to flow that way. That's not the case. When I come in here, I tell my employees all the time, I have 2 jobs to do. Cut your payroll and make your keys work at the door to get in the office. And guess what? There's so much that goes along with that I have to do just to fill those 2 positions. But those are the titles. But the tasks that I have to do and the duties and responsibilities, the subtitles, is so long. It's not that easy. And your job is just to come to work, clock in, and do the things that you have to do. There are people that take their jobs home with them. But there are people that work in the medical field that when this pandemic hit, they had to make sacrifices and put their families at risk because every day they have to get into the hospitals and work in the medical industry and then come home to their families. So it's a lot.
Absolutely.
And then if you own a medical practice, you have to still that. You have to still operate your business, operate your practice. So during the pandemic, that's what I want to ask you. Did you still train and operate during the pandemic, or what did you do? Because that's the interaction, personal thing.
Oh yeah, man. So the pandemic actually worked out great for me. Talking about how everything is I'm moving everything online now. That's kind of like what the pandemic helped me realize, the opportunities there. So speaking of pandemic, things shut down. You couldn't have your one-on-one training. So I just started doing, virtual training sessions. And that kind of started a thing to where online programs were booming. My following was going crazy because everybody was just focusing. Everybody was online. So my following, I went from 30K to 200K, in the span of that time. So, yeah, man, it just showed me that, hey, man, there's so much opportunity online. And though that there's an unfortunate situation where people are losing jobs and opportunities are scarce, so to speak, but there was also opportunities in other areas, and perfectly for me and what I was doing, it worked out perfectly, and so I grew tremendously during COVID. To answer your question,
yeah. So do you feel that other fitness people should have grown like that, or you feel that they should have had? Because right now in business, and I tell people this all the time. In business, when a problem comes about, you have to solve the problem. You got to solve it. You can't just be lazy and be like, I don't know what to do. Right. You're in business. Then you realize, I eat. I got to eat. I got to put food on my table. I got to pay rent. I still got to do these things. Put gas in your car when you do get to go to the store. And you got to still. So you was like, I have to feast the famine.
Right.
I have to get it. I got to hunt or be hunted. Right. And, bills still do. And they may have given everybody a grace period, but they gave us a grace period to still pay it when it was over. You still have to eat. Right. And so it wasn't there available for everybody. And, I appreciate you coming out, and coming on the show today and talk to people. And hopefully, we've helped at least one person. If we help one person today to believe that you can do it, if you hang in there, and if you're determined, you will succeed. If you are motivated, you will get things accomplished. Absolutely. But also, you got to realize that when you start your business, think of multiple streams of revenue for you to make when you have your business. Because just having one stream of revenue isn't the way to go. You have to have multiple streams of revenue because that's going to all add up. Get your 4 quarters. That's going to all add up to your 100% and your $1. And I tell people, if you have $1, you get another one and another one and another one up to 10, that's $10. You get $10, that's $100. So guess what? Add your money up. Add the clients up, the revenue that they're generating. And also, if you have a business, as you can see with Mr. George, he has several streams of different things that he got coming in. So guess what? Have something for the medium people to have the expensive package things that you want to sell, his one-on-one packages, but he also have something that's online challenges that's for people that can still support his business and that can be in their budget. And some people can afford the one-on-one, and it may be in other states. So he have those things. But George, I want you to give, 2 or 3 tips to fitness trainers before we let you go.
Advice to fitness trainers, man, just stay committed to your craft. Like I said before, number 2, understand the business aspects of it. And then number 3, man, just give it your all, man. Just whatever you do.
But honestly, if y'all do that, you're going to win.
It's just as simple as it is, man. Just be a student of the game and give this thing everything that you got. I only speak from experience, and this is my story, and that's why I'm giving advice from, my story. So that's all I could tell them.
And guess what, Josh? Thank you for coming. And we do have that salmon for you, not salmon, but we do have that salmon for you because this guy demanded some food, so we do have that for you.
Man,
And you guys are listen up for the next week. The following week podcast, I'm going to try to be as consistent as I can be. Like I told you all, this isn't my ministry, but I want you all to be supportive. And those that are my followers and my family, my 25 percenters, you know, my team, my family. We're one. We're in this together, and we're going to succeed. Again, let me know what you want to hear, what topics you want to talk about, and I'm going to take care of you guys, and I'll make sure I get that information to you all. And one day I'm going to go ahead on and I'm going to go follow me and my videographer. We're going to go and I'm going to do a workout with George that we're going to put with this podcast. And not this one, but we're going to get one of them. We're going to get a workout. And guys, he ain't easy, but he's worth it. All right. Take it and good morning. Enjoy your day.